Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's episode is about movement. Not just physical movement, but what it represents politically, socially, and even emotionally. Because sometimes a landing isn't just a landing, and sometimes a meeting across a palace hall says more than 100 speeches. Let's start in the skies. After 11 years of silence, flights between Jeddah and Socotra are officially back. And honestly, this wasn't just another airline announcement. For many people, this moment felt symbolic, like a pause finally being lifted. Yemeni Airways launched its first Jeddah-Socotra route with Saudi support, marking the island's first international connection since 2015. Vice Chairman Mohsen Haidara highlighted how meaningful this step is, thanking King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for their continued support of the Yemeni people. And while political statements always sound formal, the impact here feels very human. Because for local residents, students, and expatriates, easier access changes daily life. It means shorter journeys, more stability, and maybe even a sense of reconnection after years of isolation. Socotra isn't just any destination either. It's globally known for its rare biodiversity, those almost surreal dragon blood trees, and landscapes that look like they belong on another planet. Tourism experts often say Socotra has always held massive potential, but access was the missing piece. Weekly flights from Jeddah could slowly reopen that door, not overnight, but enough to bring back attention to one of Yemen's most unique regions. And honestly, when you think about it, aviation has always been more than logistics. It's about opening routes, culturally, economically, and sometimes emotionally too. Now shifting from runways to royal halls. In London, another kind of connection was taking place. His Royal Highness Prince Abdullah bin Khalid bin Sultan bin Abdulaziz Al Saud presented his credentials at St. James's Palace, where he was received by King Charles. On paper, credential ceremonies might sound procedural, just another step in diplomacy. But the symbolism behind them runs deep. Saudi-UK relations go back over a century, and moments like this are reminders that diplomacy isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's steady, quiet continuity, a handshake, a formal exchange, a reaffirmation that long-standing ties are still evolving. And in a world where headlines often focus on conflict or tension, these ceremonial milestones show another side of international relations, one built on protocol, tradition, and ongoing dialogue. So when you look at both stories together, there's an interesting contrast. One is about reopening physical pathways, flights reconnecting an island to the region. The other is about strengthening diplomatic pathways, maintaining relationships that have lasted generations. Different settings, different scales, but the same underlying theme, connection. Whether it's a plane touching down after years away, or a prince standing inside a historic palace, both moments signal movement forward. And sometimes that forward motion happens quietly, not through grand announcements, but through steady steps that gradually reshape how people, nations, and regions interact. That's it for today's episode. Short but meaningful. Two stories that remind us how travel and diplomacy continue to shape the bigger picture, even when the headlines feel small. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
Thank you for tuning into the Love and Riyadh podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast from.